Good morning, traders. Welcome to today's market review. This is Razak at CMTrading. Today is August 19th, 2022, and today is Friday morning. So looking at the highlights of the day, the British pound and the euro both tank. Now, there's no major economic events scheduled for today, but as we look at the various markets, starting out with the Forex symbols, the Japanese yen breaks out from its highs yesterday, and looking at the major pairs getting weaker versus the US dollar. Now looking at the indices, the NASDAQ and the Dow Jones also retreated just a little bit. Looking at commodities, gold trading lower while oil rebounds. Looking at the stocks, they're mostly just unchanged on lighter volume. And lastly, looking at Bitcoin, did trade slightly lower. So let's take a look at the markets and see what we can expect from today's trading. So here we go. We're looking at the EURUSD on a 4-hour chart, and you can see pretty much and pretty clearly how big of a retracement we had yesterday. Over 100 pip sell-off yesterday as this just nosedived. Now, this didn't just happen in a vacuum, it happened across the board. If we look at the GBP USD, also look at that massive sell-off. We're below 120 again, so this is really an important level for us to be below. If we look at a daily chart, we're hovering right back to our lows. On the euro, we're hovering almost to our lows of 1-to-1 par versus the US dollar, right? We're at 1007, so about 76 pips away from our par to the dollar. So this is really a significant change, as this is happening before the stocks are happening. So it's the Forex symbols here that are leading the market lower. And so I'm willing to, I don't want to say guess, but I'm willing to anticipate that the rest of the markets will catch up to this, meaning the Dow Jones and the NASDAQ will sell off as a response to this as well. Looking at the Japanese yen, you can see that breakout. We finally broke above that 30-day moving average, that blue line you can see right there. And this is really where it's at 136. Now we have a high of 139. That's not so far off, okay? 300 pips there on the upside. This can continue trading if it does show that volume and does produce it on the long run. Now, right now, we're not showing that volume, so keep that in mind for right now. Now, looking at the commodities, first looking at gold, did retrace quite significantly into 1753. Earlier in the week, we were trading at 1800. 1753 is almost 50% right there. So this is really trading in a very, very consistent manner, where we traded as low as 1688, we rallied back to 1800, and now we're almost at that 50% level. So keep that in mind as we're looking at this as well. Now looking at crude oil, did rebound a little bit above the $90 mark. Okay, not a big rebound, but it nevertheless the rebound for right now. Now looking at the US markets, they trickled lower. They didn't really sell off, but they did retreat just a little bit further as they're looking to catch themselves in regards to the stock. Both the NASDAQ and the Dow Jones, you can see it quite clearly. Now looking at the stocks, they were pretty much unchanged from day to day. Looking at Apple, you can see we're really in a very tight range. Alcoa also was a really tight range, at the top of that range. Facebook, not much doing there. Okay, so looking at the most of the stocks, besides Google, which actually did sell off, you can see that right there for 121-ish level. But again, you know, $1.50 to sell off is not a big deal for these type of stocks in the intervals that they're trading at. So really, we are officially summer trading, at least for yesterday. The latter part, the earlier part of August has been really a big rally, and now we're kind of just tapering off on lighter volume as we're entering the end of the summer months. Now lastly, looking at Bitcoin, did retreat just a little bit, did trade below our 30-day moving average, but that's not a big deal because we've been in a really tight range. So we're trading at 22K right now. So, you know, at the end of the day, it's really hard to pick a bottom here. Okay, you could say that at 21,900, about 1,000 points, we have a support level. But besides that, we're really just buoyant here. Okay, so just trading sideways for all intents and purposes when it comes to Bitcoin, as this has really been leveling off and really trading in a very, very tight range. So, you know, altogether going into the latter week of today and possibly early next week, we should see continued lighter volume. because we are trading summer months in the northern hemisphere, and most people are on still vacation, especially this time of the year. So things are a little bit lighter than expected. So, rather I should say they are lighter and as to be expected, because cyclically speaking, we are trading in a lighter volume environment this time of the year. This is Fred Razak. I want to wish you guys a great trading day.